10:46. Again, I want to leave it to 11. Up to 11. Same thing was in the video, as you saw. Didn't touch anything, didn't open anything. The other phone is dead, surfing as video testimony. And most importantly, you'll notice that them record me even when I don't have anything recording. You see that several times, in fact. You see that many of the provocations try to circumvent that, but that's not how it works. You already know that they don't steal data because they respond to things before the data even exists, before the files are finished. You get to see that they have access to unaltered data regardless of that. Just another trick, just another crime to cover up the real things that they do. So, for any provocations you see that they're essentially wanting to be seen by you, they get there, you get there, they get nothing, as in the data said, because they respond to files before those files exist. They're not watching files for later because, as I said, the files don't exist yet. They're temporary files by the time you see them responding to them. That's already established in videos, that's already on YouTube, that's already in all the backups, so these 2 backups in place and with the files. That's why I waited to mention. So, again, you know, takesy backsies, as I mentioned a couple of times, right? They cannot claim to have access to stealing a file for normal data theft, which apparently, although a felony, is just something trivialized because the file doesn't exist at that point yet. Not that we ever understood that before. So, for what you get to see is a stalking. And that type of stalking, if they can listen to something that doesn't quite exist yet for the file, they're not listening to a file. They're stalking through either the phone or some other type of device, in place or with me or my thing, in the most generic way possible. So, which one it is, cannot tell which one specifically. But what I know for sure is cannot be the file that doesn't quite exist yet. That's your temporary file on RAM or whatever. Okay? Now they might be accessing with the phone, listening to it if it goes to the phone, but that's the stalking. The thing is, that has nothing to do with me filming or not. They do that all the time. So when the phone is on, they're doing it. So, as I said, you see them in their behavior, right? You saw that when I turned off the camera, they tend to be gross, absurd things. So when I remove the battery, sorry. You see gross, absurd things that tend to get me to put it on again to document. And then you see provocations that are considerably smaller in scale, usually more subjective and less this, to when I'm actually filming. So the absurd things, you get the phone to be on, and then do less absurd things that they think are not going to be associated with them. Again, as I said, like the kid waving his arms in front of his face, saying that I'm invisible now. Except instead of a kid, they're pissing shit, carrying a kid on the arm, because again, they do that kid crimes there. Now, I mean, they intensified now, kind of always that, but it was considerably less before. This shift is a conscious choice, and again, it tells you everything you should know about the intentions, the psyche, the way of thinking, the way to see the world, anything else. Matter of fact, when I watched that guy driving the kid next to him at extremely high speeds while being dealing with the police, I wish, again, bring up things that are related to the crime. Because that's kind of the same hole that I don't want to dive too much into. They felt pretty normal. Particularly watching I think it was the sheriff that was commenting on the video, being astounded by that. I was like, yeah, it's nothing. But as I said, several reasons I don't want to do this. Because not information on my crime, but the crime I want to say to move. That's about it. Over there is almost tempting, getting politics involved and allowing this to turn that. So, okay, that's it. Though I do give some credit to the criminals wearing the MAGA hat, no as any nationalistic Brazilian would. Another thing is probably caused some question marks, but all things considered. Not my point again, and it's the only stint in which I'm mentioning that. Because it's funny to me to hell and back. But, yeah, not diving into politics about our country based in this, it's nothing to do with this crime or what's happening. I mean, some things, we all saw Diddy's new roommate, but other than that, cellmate is supposed the best way to phrase it. Not a major release in drugs. Thank you, criminals, for the war crime, but for reminding me that this video actually started to document that. I got carried away a little bit. There was a massive release of drugs in just a minute before I started this. There's a reason I started talking. There was an audio recording that I started once there was a bunch of weird noises coming outside. As I said, now you hear me opening up the things to pick up pens and such. So, pens and such. I'm going to show that to you. Especially when it's open. Actually, I need to charge a little bit. Is that quiet? But yeah, there was this massive one. Those are the actual torture drugs, the ones legal on you. Notice that because unlike now when I'm talking, the thing dissipated. I was wrong. Depends on the situation here. Alright, anyway. For what it's worth. As I was saying that, I felt this spike in those drugs. Oh, I should mention more symptomatic. They keep saying that, I keep also mention conclusion. There's a torture on right there. Yeah, flip it upside down. And the idea was to pick up something, new bag in the back. I don't know how much use it's going to be for that. Or how easy it is for that. Good feeling, but those are usually right in my case. Right there on the bathroom at exactly the same time I try to close my things. It's just a coincidence. Rationally, I would say it's just a coincidence, but good feeling, it's not. Some mucus, but this paper is bad for that. My hands. Washing it a bit. I'm trying not to. And it's fortunate because I'm feeling something in my back. So you see, I did feel something weird that there was a trap set up for me. My desire to not be seen in Argentina just caused me to stay there and wash my hands properly. I had to not, I was there taking the blunt of it. Instead, there's some of it that hit me in the back. Notice nobody walked out. It's just the same individual just cutting on their fucking finger in the bathroom. Fucking thing to know. That has to do with shit country. You know, the shit country is Argentina. Seriously, no joke. You look it up, that has to do with things that happen. There's, you know, same individual is standing on the machine or what. Thing is, and I just want to know how much I concluded or not. If I should say vary from complete ignorance into realistic possibility of having no idea what it's supposed to be about. Because what is it supposed to do? It's going, it's okay. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna talk with you here. Yeah, I don't want to be here now. what the fuck? The entire time that I was there, I felt nothing in front. So open now? I felt absolutely nothing there. I'm just gonna climb up because maybe my wine is kind of looking. But I cannot.
انا بقول له عندك حاجه وانا قطعه خاصه لا اوكي انت خاصين ليش تجيب برضه انا ليش انا جبت ليش عشان انا بقول له انا ما انا بلد لا مش كده انا بجيبه انا بجيبه لا انا بدي اطلع
Right now, it's not. There's something being released in there. I can see the facts that are on there. I don't know if I'm not seeing it. I'm saying I'm trying to feel symptoms now. Stop in that. You realize now? Imagine. of the capacity of this meat. $11.10. I think you have to go around and count with a couple percentages. Even though, as I said, I'm quite confident this means the student is still open. Like I said, still. Staring straight up to me there. You're gonna see. Oh no. Vai fechar?